Start with how much grief did you get from the team? Dabo kind of told us about it, about the sideline slip Saturday.
Oh, yeah, well-deserved grief. A little wet and slippery out there. So it was all fun.
Coach, Notre Dame was able to hold NC State to just won 7 points offensively. What do you think they were able to do to slow them down so much?
Well, they're a good team. I think they played well on offense. I think they played, good up front and, made competitive plays. Nothing magical. They were well prepared and NC State missed some opportunities. They moved the ball, but Notre Dame did a good job, caused the turnovers, a tight game, it was back and forth. It was anybody's game, and then it opened up there in the third quarter with like a lot of games when you got two very comparative teams playing and somebody turns the ball over, and they're playing at home, helped them as well. But really, as much as anything, we're opportunistic and we're sound in what they did, and then out executed in a few critical situations, and we're able to possess the ball and control the line of scrimmage and run it, and made some explosive plays.
If you're waiting on Ryan Finley to make a mistake, you're going to wait a while. Is that kind of what sets him apart from other quarterbacks?
Well, I think his track record speaks for itself. A year ago, I think coming into our game, he had not thrown a pick, and then whatever the streak was, pretty incredible in this day and age. And it's not like they're running the triple option. He's a very smart, very accurate, great poise, very patient, and talented. And with a very talented, easily their best group of skill that they've had, and the best group of skill that we've seen this year.
How does Nyheim Hines stress the defense?
He's just very fast and explosive, and runs with great power, and gets to 100 mile an hour in just a few seconds, can fly, and so changed the game a couple of times. We played up there last time, took one to the house and changed the field, took it back to the 25 or so another time, and past the 50 another time. That's how you give up a lot of points too. You give up a few explosive plays, and next thing you know, they got 40 on the board. But he's a game changer.
How much do you think that factored into their struggles at Notre Dame?
Oh yeah, that's a just take any one, our first or second best player on our team on either side of the ball off the field, and see how that affects us. We lost Kelly. That was a big loss, and so that's a great player to lose, and in two different phases of the game. So I'm sure it affected him.
Coach, with all the different shifts and personnel groupings and moving Jalen Samuels around, is it harder than normal to get a beat on what they do?
Yeah, they do a good job hiding him and doing different things, and then you would think that he's the dude, and he is. Trust me. But he's got 11 and 12 and 3. As well as 7 and 25. Runs with power. Gillespie runs with great power too, and a very good offensive line. So,
Tanner Muse is a guy with pretty good ball boot skills for a safety. How much is playing with that big club affect his ball skills?
Yeah, we'll see. He got in the game and played with it, last week, and we'll see.
Do they have the ability to stress you maybe more than any other team you've played so far, just because of
I think they got good people. That always stresses you. Think about Florida State and their good offenses with a good quarterback and good receivers and a good back. We know how those things went. And they'll stress a lot of defenses, absolutely. And with a veteran offensive line, I think probably the best thing they got, other than their talent, is their veteran. They're a mature team. You guys know the stat. How many seniors and juniors they got? And they're 2D.
192.
Seems like everybody.
So, those veteran teams, they don't make as many mistakes, and they're talented too. Not only are they, veteran, but they're talented, and I think that's why they were a lot of people's pick, to be in the playoff.
Just going back to Tanner real quick, his insistence on playing after the break. going back out there and playing through the pain, is that just something you expect from your guys, or is that pretty unique, that toughness?
I mean, that's who Tanner Muse is. So I don't know if that's unique to Tanner or not, but that's who he is. I know that. So all had a sore hand. Played the game, so got it banged up. I guess they broke something in there, but yeah, Tanner's really tough.
Coach, you can go back ways with Dan Doran.
Dave.
Dave Doran, I'm sorry.
Ish.
Both from Kansas. I think you were coaching in Oklahoma when he was coaching linebackers at Kansas. Can you just talk about your relationship with him a little bit?
Yeah, Dave and I are good friends back when I was at Kansas State, and he was at Drake. And getting started, we kind of cut our teeth together getting into the profession. So we've always shared ideas and thoughts and things of that nature, professional development through the years, through my time at Oklahoma. So he's done a terrific job wherever he's been. He's an excellent coach, great leader of young people. He's done a great job, getting that program on the right track. So real happy for him and his success.
Coach Sweeney during his conference Tuesday said that Dorian's going to probably have a busy night. What is his role going to be in slowing down North Carolina State's offense?
I mean, his role's no bigger than anybody else's. He's got to do his job. I mean, his role's what it's been really all year. And, be good in the run game, and be good in coverage, and, lead, and, be tough, be coachable. His role won't be any bigger than anybody else, but nobody will be more important than him either. So he'll have a job to do, and we'll need to play well to go and win. We're not going to go up there and play bad and win. It's not going to happen. So we're going to have to really play well, he included.
I guess that was more what I should have said is how much tougher of a job is it for the linebackers today against a team, Saturday against a team that can run and pass as effectively as?
Yeah, that's always a challenge. So you have to stay out there on the field, all the time, in some capacity. When you get to bigger personnel, those types of things. So there's a lot of stress on linebackers and run and coverage and the space game. But thankfully, he's a good athlete, and does a lot of those things in space well.
What did Notre Dame do against Finley that they seem to be the first team that really affected him? He wasn't as accurate as he normally has been. Is there anything specific they were doing to make him feel uncomfortable?
I just think they made competitive plays. I wouldn't say, the ball's where it needed to be. I don't know if I would say that. I think the guys made plays on the ball, and it doesn't have to go over his head not to be a completion. Guys are breaking on the ball and breaking it up, or the pressure gets there. I can't say what are all the factors. There's more than just that. But they're losing their starting tailback in the first quarter. And they're one of the best return men in the entire country is a big deal. And so I think it probably starts with that, and not anticipating that. And hey, man, sometimes one team it's their day. We know what that's like. So the team does well, and Ryan Finley does well when the guys around him do well too, and just like our team does. And the guys up front on defense play well, but the guys in the back seven don't have a clue how to fit the power. It'd be good luck, So, Notre Dame's a really good team, and so is NC State. And they made a couple of explosive plays late. They had a turnover for a pick six that was kind of a fluky deal. The guy jumped off sides. They didn't call him on it. The quarterback throws it up, anticipating, it's a free play, and that can turn a game in a minute too. And that's kind of what happened. I believe it was 21-14, so it's a one-score game, and then it goes 28-14. Notre Dame can run the ball. What they run for, Notre Dame?
318.
So, again, they had a couple of long, explosive plays, and Notre Dame got a really good offensive line. They got really good personnel, and just one of those days. And then, NC State lost, I think, 3 D linemen in the game. That's tough on a rotation. So, lose 3 safeties, and see if you can stop Georgia Tech. I think that's kind of what it would be equivalent to. And so I don't know. There's a lot of factors, I'm sure, that go into it.
Their offensive line is one of the best in the country at protecting the quarterback. How do they compare to some of the lines you've faced so far?
I would say, I forget everybody we've played. They're the most veteran line we've played, and probably the most consistent and cohesive line as well. You know, number of sacks given up and those types of things. And you know, they whooped us, you know, last year too. You know, I think they averaged about 4 yards a carry, maybe that. When they had to run it, they did late and possessing the ball. And I think most of those guys are all back. So it worked us over pretty good. I mean, they did a good